What's up YouTube, it's Austin and welcome back to another video. It's been a minute since I last posted on here. I posted last Thursday and now we're on a new schedule, so every Friday and Monday, or Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. I was really sick, I needed to take a day off, and it's actually the first time I've ever been sick in the process of my training, so I wasn't really sure how to handle it. Before we get started with the video, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you're notified every time that I post a video, like I said, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. now on the new schedule. So the topic for today's video is actually how long does it take for you to start losing muscle when you're not training or when you're not in the gym or when you're not eating properly. Something along the lines of that. Just how long does it take for you to start losing muscle if you're not going to the gym? Also, if you guys like this new lighting situation, let me know. I'm trying something out. I'm just going to keep trying to test a couple other things. I actually like the way it looks so far. It's more of a yellow lighting, not really as much of a LED lighting, but if you guys want to see something different, just let me know and I'll be for sure to try it out. So in the last video that I made, it was about a deload week, what a deload week is, if you should take a deload week, and what a deload week could mean for different people. A deload week, if you don't remember from the last video, could be something along the lines of you're just doing less sets and less reps, but same intensity, or if you just need a full week off. But some people start to realize that if they take too much time off, then they're going to start losing muscle, and it's not good for their recovery in general because they're not keeping the muscle that they had before. You're also going to end up seeing a lot of pros after their shows take a lot more time than you would usually want to take off when you are working out. For example, I know Chris Bumstead actually ends up taking like a month or 2 months or even sometimes 3 months off of training after his shows just to fully recover. If you look it up, you're going to see a ton of different articles saying 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks of inactivity is when you're going to end up starting to lose muscle. It really just depends on how active you are, even if you aren't going to the gym, and what your diet is looking like. So typically what I want to say from personal experience is about 2 weeks is when you're going to start losing muscle if you're not getting active outside of the gym or keeping a strict diet. Reason for this being is because a week is pretty good, like I was saying, for a deload week. If you just need that week for your body's rest, even though it might kill you mentally being outside of the gym, sometimes coming back after a week can make you stronger than you even were before. 2 weeks, in my opinion, is just a little bit too long of a time unless you're coming off of a recovery from an injury or something along the lines of that. Or if you're post-show recovering. Something that I've also been bringing up a couple times in this video that is really important for keeping your muscle even if you aren't working out is your diet itself. Another thing to add before I actually start talking about the dieting portion of this as well is that it also depends on what kind of fitness you're talking about when it comes to 2, 3, 4 weeks of however long time off the gym before you start losing muscle. You end up losing your endurance and your cardio kind of fitness a lot faster than you will your muscular fitness. Okay, so on to the dieting. So what I kind of mean by this with the dieting is, like, let's say you don't eat your food, like your macros, for example. So let's say you're not getting enough protein in, your fats in, your carbohydrates and stuff like that. Your body will actually start to burn your muscles as an energy source rather than what you're intaking for your food. Let's say your daily protein goal is 200 grams of protein a day, which is kind of roughly what I'm doing right now. If I don't eat that 200 grams a day and I start eating all the way down to like 100 or even like 75 grams of protein a day, my body will start to use my muscles instead of the protein that's coming in my body to burn, thus resulting in muscle loss and strength loss. Another thing we can also talk about besides your diet is actually your intake of water as well, or just how hydrated you are in general during this phase of not going to the gym, or if you just give up and you're curious of how long this takes to lose your muscles. Just like our last video with the deload week, let's take this over to the computer. That way I can show you guys a couple facts and stats about how long it would actually take. Okay, so we're over here at the computer now, and I'm actually going to end up showing you guys some of the stats and facts of why your body will end up losing muscle after not going to the gym for a while. Like I said earlier, you're going to end up seeing a lot of different websites and a lot of different people telling you that each individual is different and their own numbers are kind of their own thing. What I mean by this is some websites will tell you 2 weeks, some websites will tell you 3 weeks. It just really depends on the website. But the most trustworthy website that I've found so far is Trifecta, and if you don't know what Trifecta does, they make meal plans for people, and you can actually buy them monthly, I believe it is, monthly, annually, whatever it is, and they will actually send them to your doorstep, I'm pretty sure. I know they're super reliable as a company for health, so that is one of the most reliable websites that I had found for this. So the main reason that you'll end up losing muscle is just like I said, it depends on your dieting with your macros and stuff like that. But your body wants to end up burning fat over muscle because muscle is a lot more dense than fat when it's in your body. So if you're familiar with the cutting and the bulking when it comes to lifting, that's kind of what this is. Instead of losing muscle by cutting down your caloric intake, you just lose muscle by not going. You end up losing fat when you go on a caloric deficit, and when you go into caloric surplus, that's when you end up gaining fat, muscle, whatever it is that your goals are. So according to Trifecta, they say that muscle atrophy can take place a lot more quickly depending on your current fitness level and the amount of time you were inactive. They also say that some research suggests that you can start to lose muscle in as quickly as 1 week of an activity, as much as 2 pounds if you're fully immobilized, and another study suggests your muscle size can decrease about 11% after 10 days without exercise, even if you aren't bedridden. They also suggest the same thing that I was suggesting, so you want to make sure you maintain your caloric intake. You want to make sure you're using your muscles as well. If you're worried about losing your muscles itself and your growth from the gym when you are inactive and outside of the gym, just make sure you still use your muscles. And the thing that they're saying that I kind of reiterated throughout the whole video is make sure you're eating your protein, because protein is your main muscle builder, and if you're worried about losing your muscles, just don't neglect protein in your diet until you can get back into the gym. And still then, definitely don't neglect your protein. I hope this video helped out in some way. I know a lot of people are kind of worried about how much muscle they're losing, as am I. This video is kind of for myself as well, because I just got over being sick, and this is the first week that I've ever taken off from my training. It's a scary thought to wonder if all that time that you kind of put into the gym is going to go to waste off of a week or two of rest. And for the people that are thinking of giving up, this is kind of also an informational video for you, because it does go pretty quick, but if you stick with it, you get really good results, mentally and physically. I know for me personally, it's been killing me staying outside of the gym, but I'm about to be back in there, and I'm feeling good about it. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and leave a like and a comment below letting me know what kind of video you want to see next. Basically, if there's one thing that I would tell you to take away from this video, just don't give up on the gym.
Yeah, you wonder my